everybody, it is Christine. It is time for a scrapbook process video, and you guys, I am doing this the day it's due. I never do that. I'm never this far behind. I gotta take a deep breath and just do my best, right? So here's our sketch. This is for 30 days of sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life and for Mix It Up Monday with Tara over at the Paper Snob. So I'm going to combine it, and I'm going to do the left-hand side. And so here's our sketch, and I'm so sorry. Again, you'll have to check the Facebook group and stuff for who wrote the sketch, because it's always in the Christy's sketch Facebook group with the creator. And I do encourage you to check that out, because that's, you know, we've got to give credit where credit is due. And I'm just not organized enough to have the person's name. So anyways, I'm going to do the left-hand side. I'm not sure what the arrow... Oh, I guess it's just telling me that's all the sizes of the squares. My pictures are a little bigger, and I'll show you in just a second. But we got this 7 picture... Actually, it's 8, but I'm going to use 7. There's some... I'm going to call it torn paper edges over here. There's... It could be journaling. I'm going to do something different because I'm using it for Mixed Up Monday. Obviously, the title in here, I may have to get into my stash for a title. There's some polka dots or circles or whatever, but let's see what I can do here. I did pull out a piece of white cardstock so I can use my mixed media, which is going to be my brand new Vicki Boutin stencil Wave. I'm excited about that. And then I pulled out Mermaid Lagoon and a blue handled little brush here because I tried to color code that. And then the collection I have is from my Scrap Room Flavors of the Month from, I think, June. I don't think I have it in here anymore. Do I still have it in here? No, I don't know. Because I have these photos are from when my husband and I in August were on the Wave Runner thingy. Look at that. I was so proud of myself. But I got some photos here, so we're going to just document these little guys. And so we have this piece here, which has got this pretty... I think I'm going to use this side, I think. And then we have... Technically, there's some blue cardstock. I don't know if I'm going to use that or not. I might actually frame the layout, though. That could be really pretty. And then I have the green with the colored polka dots. Although I've cut into that, it looks like. Oh, I've cut into that. I've already cut into that. So we'll see. Maybe that's going to be a torn piece. There's a bunch of tags, but then there's this plaid here. And then we have a hot pink. So I may use the hot pink because that would be pretty. Maybe I'll do all that. We'll see. And then I have some stickers. And we have some other little pieces here. I don't know if there's any... I don't think there's an actual title, to be honest. Look at those cute little puppies there, too, with the flamingos. I don't think there are. What does that say? Uh-oh. Thinking of you now. That's the cats. Saturn's given some boundaries to Miss Cleo. Okay. So that's what I have going on. So let me do a little planning here, figuring out where I'm going to do what. I may punch some circles, too, out of one of these, just because I can. So give me just a second. I'll be back on. Okay, y'all. So my video is going up a little late today. So, because I think Tara has the Mixed Up Monday go up on, like, I think it's either 8 a.m. or something. So anyway, mine's a little bit late, but I got it done. I'm just real proud of myself. So I decided to pull out, I think I showed you guys the Vicki Boutin stencil, and I've got my ink here. I will say the little bits in the middle, they're thinner. You got to pay attention because they'll kind of shift if you're not careful. I am using my magnets with the little glass mat. They work pretty good, but the middle parts, you know, you can put your magnet in the middle, and they're a little bit flexible, so you have to pay attention and not push too hard. It'll kind of cause it to shift. So I'm paying attention, or I'm trying to. I think this turns out really pretty. I think I'll leave it on camera. I will add a little water to try to get it to react, and I'm looking at it, and I kind of see it. I feel like I need bigger water droplets. I feel like that's my problem. I'm putting them on here, but they're not quite large enough, so I shall have to work on that. I have to practice. So I got my 2 stencil. Now, there's going to be a little line. I thought I got it matched up pretty good, and I would suggest that I do have it matched up pretty good, but it's not like it's a continuous design, so you can see the little line there, but that's okay. I'm going to put the title there. I will say in this sketch, she has it... I would almost suggest it's either on top of something. You know, the journaling's like above and below, and maybe it's not right behind the title. But mine's a little different, and I don't mind. I didn't really even add any journaling because you can almost see... It's going to go with my cruise stuff, and you can kind of almost see the story in a way, like we're getting on, and, you know, you're waterboarding or whatever. Not waterboarding. What's that called? Like surfing on a little boogie board. That's the word I was looking for, boogie board. And I don't know. I don't think I have to. I could, but... I think you can kind of see the story. And it's going to go in the cruise album anyway. So here's where I did the little water sprinklets. I will cut off in just a second because I got to run and go get some paper towels. I forgot to grab my paper towels. So I'm trying to get this water on here And like I said, I don't know. I can see it, but I don't think they're big enough droplets. I think I need to use a paintbrush or something from now on. This little wand's not making them big enough. So once I do the paper towel, I glued it all down now to the blue, or I'm fixing to. Glued down this blue cardstock. I did not gut it. I almost did because I thought I might have to mount my photos, but I don't. I was able to also trim my photos down to the 3x3 size that showed in the sketch. I wasn't sure because I'm like, well, they're 3x4. Am I going to need them all? But no, it worked out really well, actually. I'm pleased. And they're all really pretty, all pretty blue. They all went really well. The photos with their blue palette or whatever went really well with this collection as well. So I've got my floral here. I'm checking it to see, you know, honestly how tall I got to cut it because I could not remember. I was like, I think I did a 1/4 inch, but I couldn't remember to save my life. So I'm going to lay that down. That is going to come over and cover up the edge of that stencil work there. And then the next one's going to end up being the pink. I decided on the pink. So my title, did I show that to you? I don't remember. I haven't slept since then. That's a lie. I was going to say that, but no, I've had several meetings since then. The title's actually an orange, and I really debated on it at first, but there is orange in the flowers and all that. I almost used the plaid to bring in more of the orange, but I kind of enjoyed the hot pink and the green, so I'm not going to worry about it. I'll glue this down. I've got my hot pink. I'm going to trim that up. And then the last piece I'm going to get is, it's actually on the back of the white polka dot, and I almost used that. And then decided, no, I think the blue photos really pop on the green. So you'll see that in just a second. I got to trim this off. I had to get that branding strip and then the little 1/2 inch. And then now I'm going to pull out this. I look at that, and I honestly almost did, but on the back are these tags too, and those are really cute. So I was like, I don't want to cut it a full sheet of paper. So I go, you know what? I got this scrap over here. Let me see about this. And I go, okay, I like the green. I like I said, I'm gonna go back and forth on this in just a second and put the white down and the green down. But for whatever reason, I just thought the green really made the photos stand out better. It's just something about it. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do the green, and I'll just give that a little bit of a, I don't know, I guess it's a couple inches or whatever. So look at the sketch. I think she actually didn't have it go over that far. I think her torn pages may have only gone maybe about to halfway through the first row of photos. But yeah, but I like this. I mean, I could have done a bunch of circle punches. I even mentioned that, but I ended up using basically embellishments kind of where some of the polka dots were, and I'm okay with that. I wished it had a few more. I ended up not using as many embellishments as I thought I might. You'll see in just a second. I did have there was a little surfboard postage stamp thing, so I was really happy with that, and you'll see that in just a second. I was so proud of myself, you guys. I am not an adventure seeker. Like, that's just not me. I do like to travel, and I like to go places as an adventure, but I'm not like maybe a better word is thrill seeker. I'm not a thrill seeker. I don't like heights. I don't like, I'm not a fan. So when I do something like that, I actually get proud of myself, which is funny. That's a little bit of a contradiction. Like, I don't really want to do it, but if I do it, I get proud of myself. So this right here is not even scary, you guys. I mean, honestly, sometimes I tell myself, like, I'm watching rides or something, and I'll be like, oh my gosh, that's so high, or that's so fast, or whatever the deal is. And then I'll see like a 7-year-old get off, and I'm like, Christine, if a 7-year-old can do this, like, you should be able to do this. So this little thing here, the last time we were on the cruise, I did not do this. I kind of watched everybody. I say everybody. My son-in-law and my husband. I don't even think my daughter did it. I think she and I just kind of watched them and took pictures. We're going on a cruise in December, so I'm going to tell her we need to do this because it's actually really fun. I had a good time, and I didn't mess up real bad. I didn't slam into the wall or anything. Now, hopefully in December when I'm bragging on myself here, I don't go slamming into the wall. Okay, so I did pull this title out of I think it's a Simple Stories, like a foam thing. I just thought this was cute. It says Wild Ride, and I thought that's perfect. I mean, it's in orange. It's not quite as bright of an orange, but it's close enough that I think it's okay. And I covered up that seam where my two stencils, or the stencil met, so I thought this looks really good, actually. I'm pretty happy with this. So I'm going to get into this ephemera pack here, and I really don't find just a lot, if I'm honest. I'll pull out the little drinks. There's like a coconut drink and another little cocktail. There was actually a few more on the sticker sheet I probably could have used, but I just thought that's kind of cute because it's a cruise and there's always little cocktails or whatever. So I put that on the left-hand side. I'll actually shift that around just a little bit. And y'all, these little bubbles here, so there were 3 little ephemera bubbles, and then there was a bunch of sticker bubbles. And I was gluing down the paper bubbles, and I happened to look away while I was picking up the second bubble, and I guess it flipped out of my hand, and I have no idea where it went. I looked all over. I'm like, how could I have lost it? I looked all over the floor. I looked on myself. I looked on my clothes. I have no idea where it went, you guys. So it ends up with 2 paper bubbles, and then I've got some sticker bubbles that I'll add. So there's like little bubbles coming out of my little postage stamp down there with the surfboards. I do put foam behind the little coconut drinks, behind the surfboard, postage stamp, and the little green heart up by the sun. And then one of the little paper bubbles gets a foam dot. The other sticker bubbles, oh, and I added a couple little birds, you guys, just because they were cute. I added a little toucan on the title, and then there's a little seagull in the upper left. And then Miss Cleo decides to visit. And you guys, I had to turn the camera off because I couldn't get her out of nothing. So put the camera off. And then this is where I was like, what did I do with that other friggin'? I just don't know where it went. I can't find it, and I just gave up. So I'm going to put these little sticker bubbles down here. And after I do that, I think that's actually going to be it, you guys. Like I said, I theoretically could have added journaling under the title, but I kind of really enjoyed my waves. I didn't really want to cover up my waves. Yeah, there's my little bubble stickers there. I looked at the rainbow. I looked at a couple of things, and I thought, should I add it? Should I add it? There's even that boat on there I contemplated, and then I just decided on the little bird. And then I realized I forgot to put the heart on anything, so he has to go up on foam as well. And then basically, I don't think I add anything. Oh, some water droplets. Yes, I do. There's a few little, like a little, not few, there's 2 of them. Little, oh, wait, I forgot to tell you. I put the foam underneath the top of that photo and the top of the other photo of me and my husband with the little flow rider things. I thought that was neat. I was proud of us for getting those photos, too, because last time we didn't even get those photos when the guys did it. So here's my little water splashes. I thought that looked cute, so I'm going to use that up. And then that is the end of the layout. So thank you guys so much for watching. Terribly sorry this is a little bit late today. Sorry, Tara. It'll be on there, and I'll tag everybody, playlist, and all that kind of stuff below. So don't forget to say hello. And I'm going to try to get caught back up, you guys. I got another hour or 2 before the chaos starts to rain again with the dogs and the cats and the goats and the chickens and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully I'll get another layout or 2. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.